Hi, it's Jocelyn here from A Balanced Life. I'm out on the trail today and just thought I'd take you with me. There's a moment most mornings before I've even opened my eyes when I find myself listening for the birds. And the moment it's often the tui that's calling from the macadamia tree at the back of our section, mixed in with the good old rowdy sparrows beginning their day. It's such a small and ordinary part of my morning, but I realised that hearing birdsong has kind of become one of the ways my nervous system recognises that I'm safe. I grew up surrounded by nature, so birds and the trees have been part of the background to almost every chapter of my life. The houses have changed and so have the birds, but that feeling of kind of settling into myself when I hear them has actually remained remarkably consistent. It's made me think a lot about the messages our everyday environment send to our nervous systems, often without us actually consciously noticing them. When we think about creating a life that supports us, we tend to focus on the big things, the job that no longer fits, the relationship that leaves us exhausted, watch out Gizzy, or the growing realization that the place we've called home no longer actually supports the person that we've become. Those things matter enormously, but our nervous systems are also responding to all the smaller parts of everyday life. The morning light falling across the table, the first sip of coffee, the familiar rhythm of walking the same track like I am today, the scent of the garden after rain, or the old books and treasured things that connect us with people, places, and parts of ourselves that still matter. None of those things solves the difficult parts of life, but they can change the way we experience them. We've been in our new home for a couple of months now, and although I love it, it still doesn't entirely feel like home. There are boxes waiting to be unpacked and renovation projects humming away in the background, which all create their own sort of noise for the nervous system. That's why unpacking my old books, hanging paintings on walls that haven't yet been renovated, and putting familiar pieces of art where they catch the light matters so much to me. It's not really about decorating. Those familiar things quietly transform my unfamiliar house into somewhere that's beginning to say that we belong there. And I think that's what we're doing when we intentionally shape the environments around us. Whether that means our physical home, the pace of our days, the people we spend time with, the amount of noise and stimulation we live amongst, or the moments where we simply allow ourselves to just stop. All of it becomes part of the environment our nervous system is living inside. The complication, of course, is that many of us have spent so long believing rest must be earned, that creating supportive conditions can feel like really uncomfortable. We may know we need more space, more quiet, or more recovery, while still waiting until the work is finished. Everyone else is happy, the house is organised, or we've finally done enough to justify stopping. But that magical moment when everything is finished actually really arrives. So perhaps part of creating a life that supports us is allowing small moments of rest and beauty to matter before we're completely depleted. Sitting in the sunshine, walking somewhere beautiful, reading for pleasure, or simply pausing with a cup of tea may seem insignificant, but each one sends a different message. My needs are part of this life too. For me, that's what dynamic balance means. It isn't the absence of difficult days, because life will always contain challenge, disappointment, and periods when everything feels kind of heavier than we hoped. Dynamic balance is the growing ability to notice and fully inhabit the ordinary beautiful moments when they arrive. So our nervous systems learn that challenge isn't the whole story. There's still beauty, there's still familiarity, there's still safety. That's what this week's Grounded article is about. How the life around us quietly shapes the life within us, and how the environments we create tell our nervous systems a story every day. The link to the full article is below, and I'd love to know what the quiet anchors are in your own life. The familiar sights, sounds, places, all rituals that help your nervous system recognise that it doesn't have to stand guard all the time. That's all from me for today. I'm standing beside the beautiful Hātea River and about to walk through the dappled light on the trail. It's just gorgeous, and is one of those moments for me where I stop, engage my senses, and just appreciate what's around me. And that tells my nervous system and that guardian within that it's safe, it's okay, and this place is slowly starting to feel like home.